So today we're replacing a shower faucet in our RV. And this was to be just an upgrade, but the old one actually broke. Yeah. So we kind of have to replace it either way.
Kind of perfect timing. First off, I'm going to start by saying I'm not a plumber.
Kind of look like one though.
I know. I'm not a plumber, but I watched a video. The person who made the video, who was RV Bloggers, I figured, hey, if he can do it and he's not a plumber, then I can do it and I'm not a plumber. So first steps first, I've turned off the water and I have opened the faucet for a few seconds just to relieve any water pressure. And then secondly, I've also put down a towel in the shower stall here just to cover up any drain so that if I were to drop something, it's not going to go down the drain. Next, I'll show you the tools I've got ready. So I've got an Exacto knife to cut through any of the sealants, Phillips screwdrivers to be able to remove the mountings and just put them back on, a sliding hinge, pliers, some silicone marine grade caulking. I've also brought in a rag just in case I need to do any cleaning, and of course a drill in case I need to drill in for the new mount, but we'll see how it goes. I'm going to start by removing the old shower hose, and now I'm going to just gently cut into the silicone sealing just to make it easier to remove. Now I'm going to unhook this. The shower head is one thing, and you can replace just that, but I wanted some nicer looking faucets. I found these are just a little bit outdated. Okay, this should peel off. And when you're removing this, you don't want to pull too hard because the water lines are behind it, and so you don't want to rip those out. So I'm going to disconnect the water lines. It's just on there so tight. We realized there's a little bit of slack in the lines, in the water lines that we have, so we were able to pull it up a little bit, which really gave us a lot more space to work with here. Ooh, still a tiny bit of pressure in that line. I heard it starting to escape just as I was loosening it, so instead of loosening it further, I just let that pressure release very quietly, very slowly, because I don't want water in behind the wall here. Almost done.
Look at that.
There we go. Okay, so this piece here is your mounting bracket. This, with the handles, is the faucet. That's what we're changing. So on the back side of this, we've got the washers, so we're going to loosen those. Now our mounting bracket looks really clean. What I will do though is remove any of this extra caulking, and that's the old one. So let me just clean up this caulking and then I'll show you the new one.
Now let's put me to work.
So now we've got this all cleaned up. That was probably the longest part of doing all of this. For the house, we do have a caulk dissolving gel, but we weren't really confident to put it on plastic because I think it can damage plastic. So if you happen to know of a product that can be used to loosen the bonds of caulk on plastic, let us know in the comments. We're going to put in the new faucet, and so we chose the Dura Faucet Designer Series. This is it. I looked at a lot of different faucets. If it's well known and there's lots of ratings and there's lots of positive reviews, it's got to be pretty decent. So it comes in a few pieces. You've got the actual faucet, you've got your gasket. Before you screw it on, or before you mount it to the wall, you can screw it on. You got to make sure it's oriented correctly. So your hot tap will be to the right, your cold to the left. Hot is on the left and cold is on the right, and the little spout that your hose is going to attach to is facing up, and you can screw back these, and you want to go hand tight. The directions call for plumber's tape. Some sources I've read said not to use plumber's tape on plastic. What do you think?
I say when in doubt, don't. Because it didn't have it before, did it?
So since the original one didn't have plumber's tape on it, I'm not going to put plumber's tape on this one. So, repositioning my water lines and cold to cold. So blue is cold. The instructions say to go hand tight and then a quarter of a turn with a wrench. Pure Shower Genius Fury RV showerhead model. And the reason we chose this is because it is rated to have some of the best performance of shower heads. So in it comes with some screws for mounting the mounting bracket, the hose, and the shower head. I feel like Vanna White. And now we have to switch out the mount. So I've got to unscrew this. Woo! So this is going to be the new one. Now these mounts actually had two options for putting it on. You could do it with an adhesive mount or with screws, and we're choosing to go with the screws because we've used some other adhesive products in the RV and they just kind of have fallen.
You're on too many bumpy roads.
Yeah, I'm gonna line it up like that and I think go with that, but if it is there, will the shower head still fit? Well, it would have to be like that. So let's do the bottom
just do it
one.
That way.
Okay.
And then it can tilt up a little bit.
Yeah, it's a good thing we checked that. And I feel like the hole is filled now. Plug me in, baby. Well, that didn't take much. It should have been a maybe slightly larger drill bit. And then this can go on. And then, to hide this ugly screw, we have a beautiful little button sticker. Isn't that perfect? Now, I've got to connect the hose here. And now for the shower head. Slide that into place. What do you think, honey?
Looking good.
So let's put some water in the tank and we'll pressure test it, make sure there's no leaking. We'll screw in the mounting bracket and do some caulking and then we'll be done.
Might as well just fill the entire tank since we're gonna go camping again soon.
How's it looking?
Going good. Now we're gonna walk away and completely forget about this. One time I was filling the water tank and I walked away and forgot about it, and then it started spilling out all into here, and there's like a little outlet, but it was spilling so much that it actually spilled into the garage section and we had a flood. So now we set a little timer alarm and we don't go very far from the filling.
All right, so we've put water in the tank now, and now we've got to turn on the water pump and just watch for any leaking.
But it won't actually be pressurized to there until you open it up, so we do actually have to
turn it on. Right. All right, ready?
Oh, stop.
We got leaking. This is very, very bad. Like it's like a overpressure drip or something. Okay, so we figured it out. There was no problem. These Dura faucets have a little hole, I guess, like a little extra overpressure valve. When you first turn it on for the first time, it does leak a little bit, and then once things come to pressure, it's all okay. So it did stop within seconds of us turning it on. We just needed to be patient. So yeah, now we're just gonna let this run for a few seconds. And like, holy cow, look at that water pressure. And we have no leaking in behind this, so I'm pretty confident that we can just move forward. Right, so there we have it. So thank you to RV Blogger for your first video on how to do this, because that really, really helped us. Stay tuned for our video on the review of this shower head. If you really like this video, or if you found it helpful in any way, please consider giving it a like. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to our channel, and the notification bell so you get to see other videos that we make. And in the meantime, keep on living the life you've imagined. Silicone, what is this called again?
Caulking?
Yes. Oh great, the Exacto knife broke. It goes onto your mounting bracket. Oh shoot, I have to remember which way this goes. Goes that way or that way? That way.
Yeah, I think it was that way.
Okay.
Alright, so wait, what was that again?
We have a beautiful little button sticker that I just dropped and lost.